By introducing too many people. Have you ever met our president of the Nigerian Baptist Convention, Reverend Dr. Israel Adelani Akanji, and his wife? His wife is a good person. Okay, here we have many people in our team. Our brother, Reverend Stephen from Ibadan, is here. Our brother, the Right Honorable Dawari George, who is the engine room. I know you know this young lady, so that's my wife. And Oriel came with Dr. Brown. So we have come to greet you to further expand this relationship and fellowship, knowing that today is Jumat. We'll do our best to be snappy. But before Brown will speak, permit me to hand over this microphone to our host and our leader, the man who Brown came to celebrate, to say a few words. Then he will invite Brown to speak to you. Then you respond. Thank you.
I'm to speak? If I speak, hey, Imam, if I speak, all right. I have somebody that will be afraid of. Well, we thank God for the privilege of coming here today. When the Abrahamic mission began, we were the first people that he brought together to join him, and we were there quite often. And many Nigerians became very happy. They will be phoning in. And by the help of God, he knew how to balance discussions. A lot of areas we are in agreement, Muslims and Christians. We are in agreement in prayer. We all believe in prayer. We are in agreement in helping the poor. We all believe in helping the poor. We are in agreement, in holiness, living a life that is clean. We are all in agreement. We are in agreement in many things. Maybe our disagreement is on some small parts, but there are so many things we all agree about. And some things, even when it looks like disagreement, you will see that in the end, we still mean the same thing. So he has said, let us celebrate our commonalities. There are so many. Let's not emphasize areas of disagreement so that we can live together happily. And we want to really thank you for doing that. You see, in my own family, my father was a Muslim before he became a Christian. And when he became a Christian, his younger brothers remained Muslims. Afa, Jima, Afa, Laisi, these are my uncles. And I was not in Nigeria when Afa Laisi died. So he died according to Muslim rites. They went and buried him that day. But they told people that we cannot do celebration till his son comes back. And who is the son? The pastor that was abroad. When I came, they said, well, your father has died and we want to cook for people. We are waiting for you. So I had to be the one to sponsor that cooking. When people were eating amala and begiri, nobody cared whether it was a Muslim or a Christian that provided it. Everybody was happy. Also, interestingly, when my father was about to die, he was sick. And he was in the hospital. Far away from us, his children. All the children were far from where our father and mother were. So my father was in the hospital. Who was in the hospital to take care of him? Auntie Risi, my uncle's daughter, my cousin, in her hijab. And a pastor is sick in the hospital now by his bed. You see Bible and hymn book. And then the person giving him drugs to take is somebody with hijab. And then people will come and ask my father, who is this lady? My father will say, my daughter. Because in Yoruba land, you don't call your brother's daughter cousin, no cousin. You just say, she's my daughter, she's my daughter. So we will come to see our dad in the hospital, pray with him, take all the money, give it to her. She was the one taking care of him till God called him home. So in that aspect, we are able to navigate the difference in our faith better. We have no quarrel about it. But in some areas, it is a little difficult. That's why we always say that people who come from our area should try to be agents of making Nigeria really a harmonized country. And with God, all things are possible. So, Imam Fuad Ademi, we are really grateful for what you have been doing. We thank you very much. You are not ashamed to be a Muslim. You are proud to be, and you are not ashamed to associate with Christians. You are proud to associate, and so we're always happy to be with you, and we thank you for hosting us. Thank you.
It is now my singular privilege and honor to invite Dr. Elijah Brown, the General Secretary of the Baptist World Alliance, who is here in Nigeria, and he has requested we schedule a meeting, and you graciously accept. So I'll hand over the microphone to him. Thank you.
Well, thank you for welcoming us today and for your warm hospitality. The very first Baptist church in the world was founded in 1609. One of the founders of that church was a man named Thomas Helwys. And in 1611, he wrote a letter to King James of England. And in that letter, he wrote that Baptists would believe that freedom of religion should belong to all people. And then he specifically named that freedom of religion should belong to all Christians, all Jews, all Muslims, all pagans, and anyone else. So that is the first document in English written to express that freedom of religion should belong to all faiths. So for 400 years, when we have been our best as Baptists, and we are not always at our best, but when we have been at our best as Baptists, we have said that Christians, Muslims, Jews, and others should have the right to live out their faith in society. And so it is an honor to continue to hold to our tradition and a belief that religious freedom belongs to all of us, and that we should partner together where there is difficulty, where there are challenges. We should partner together. Since I've started at the Baptist World Alliance, we have passed resolutions on behalf of other places where Muslims have been persecuted. We have worked to strengthen our relationships with those who hold to the Islamic faith. I myself once had the opportunity to travel to Saudi Arabia and to be present there. It was a very an important visit that I was able to make. And so I just want to say on behalf of all of our Baptists, we want to work together with you to work for a Nigeria that holds to full freedom of religion. Okay, yes, at the Constitution level, that's important, but at the grassroots level. And that wherever there are challenges, whether they be Christians or Muslims or those who hold to indigenous African religions or others, let us work together to provide for people who are suffering. And so thank you for welcoming us today, and I look forward to hearing more. And let me say, so there are Baptists today in 138 countries and territories. We represent 53 million baptized believers. Baptists don't count our children. In our churches, we don't count our children unless they have made a personal decision. That's our theology, to follow Jesus Christ. So demographers say that somewhere within all of the Baptist community, there's about 100 million Baptists all around the world in over 185,000 churches everywhere. And out of all of these Baptists, in 138, the largest Baptist convention in the world is the Nigeria Baptist Convention. So we are especially grateful to Dr. Akanji. And you may know that Dr. Akanji and I were classmates together at the University of Edinburgh. We did our PhD together. And Dr. Akanji I would say, what are you studying? What are you writing? I myself wrote on the role of the church in Sudan and South Sudan's peace process. Dr. Akanji was writing on peace building and multi-religious relationships in Nigeria. So my first introduction to Nigeria was through Dr. Akanji and a framework that said Christians and Muslims can work together on behalf of those who are suffering in order to create a country of peace. We still are working to do that. We have an agency inside the Baptist World Alliance called 21 Wilberforce. They're part of our team. They have been active here in Nigeria, meeting with Christians and Muslims alike to do research in some of the areas where there's challenges, and to give that research for free to anyone who would like to have that research, so that together we can work to build a holistic Nigeria. Because if we can get peace in Nigeria, my goodness, we will have peace in Africa. And if we have peace in Africa, it will make a profound difference for peace in the world. So I believe in a strong Nigeria where there is full religious freedom for all people, and that together we are building a stronger future tomorrow. So let me know how we can work together for that end.
Thank you so much.
Okay, thank you very much, Dr. Brown. We will now listen to he's my boss, and he will always don't want me to tell you, so let me tell you, he's my boss. So I'm privileged to present my boss to you to speak to us. First and foremost, I want to thank you for welcoming you to Al-HABIBIYYAH here. The meaning of Al-HABIBIYYAH means pivot of love. That is the meaning from the word Habib. It has a prefix of Al and suffix of Ya. So now we have Al-HABIBIYYAH, the pivot of love. That is the name of this organization. So with that, I want to welcome you to this citadel of love. Baptists, to me, let me start from there. They are the first that I met when we start growing up. Those who know where I come from, the Ansaruddin Primary School and Baptist Primary School is like that office and this office. That is the way Baptists and Ansaruddin are. Our first and closest friends are actually Baptists. We just finished a program in Ibadan on Saturday. I was surprised. One of my friends that we invited is a professor now, but he established his own church. I don't know if you know Professor Akintayo. Professor Akintayo was in charge of your Adult Education Baptist Convention in Nigeria about 10, 15 years ago. He's also from Odeomu. Perhaps you don't remember Professor Akintayo because an adult educator. Al-HABIBIYYAH, like we frankly said, it is a place that is home to everybody. And when my Oga called me yesterday, that they want to come with the World Secretary of the Nigeria Baptist Convention, I felt, Baptist World Alliance, I felt elated. I waited until around 9:30 before I left. No. And I called him. His line was no more going. I said, I know if he's coming, he will get a way of getting me. I want to thank you for the work which you are doing, and I want to appreciate you. And also, Reverend Israel Lakaji, like he rightly said, we started the Abrahamic Mission. In fact, the first episode
That was just 30 minutes. You remember, we were together. So it means it is with the Baptists we started Abrahamic Mission. But after that, Madam, I will get your number. Did I get your number that day? I think I will need your number because you are the most important now. Daddy used to run away, and I will remind him the day I save his life, but he will forget. He used to go to Kaduna with business class. I said, don't go to Kaduna with business class again. No. I heard that something will happen. About 2 weeks later, those who were in business class in the train, they were kidnapped. As a friend told me, I said, don't do that. So Reverend, he now ran away from me, and we were supposed to be doing things together continuously, but God, in His infinite mercy, gave me another Baptist person. I didn't know he was actually a Baptist, and I love him so passionately. We call him JJ Ayab. He is, before I got to know you, he's a Baptist. We have been moving for almost 3-4 years. Before I now realized that he's actually a Baptist. He is somebody who is also love humanity. Okay, you are taking a number for me. May God bless you. So I don't need your number again. Anytime you offend me, I know what to do. We began to work together. And where Reverend, I started getting close to him when he was the secretary of CAN Kaduna State, not just even the chairman of CAN Kaduna State. And since then, it has been a very good journey. That about in February, we were invited in US by their organization. I didn't want to tell you, even the one I'm going tomorrow. You know, I've been appointed as the chairman of African Renaissance Group of religious leaders and traditional leaders in Africa. I am a co-chair, and there is a program that is happening in Washington on Wednesday. They call it Diaspora Group. So they wanted me to come as the chairman of African Renaissance, to come and be part of that. And that's why I'm actually going to Washington tomorrow. So thank you so much, Reverend Israel, Reverend JJ Ayab. You know, I'm not surprised when somebody bear Johns and Joseph at the same time. So you should know what it means when you know Bible. So I'm not going to explain that one to you now. So, and all of you, I want to say once again, you are welcome to Al-HABIBIYYAH. Madam, thank you so much, because for somebody to be in a house with these two people, and you didn't run away after 3 months, then heaven is there for you. I can assure you. You know, because they are nomadic. Am I lying? Most of the time they are not at home. I will even wonder, how do you cope? But God will continue to be with you. I want to tell you that we appreciate that. When you came in, I told you that I have a very wonderful team. Here, we work like a family. Whatever you don't want any of us to know, don't tell any of us. Whatever you think somebody cannot do for you, don't tell any of us. The moment you have told one, you have told all. And that is the way it's been done. In fact, as you are just coming, that was the first time I entered this hall. This hall is a multi-purpose hall. There's nothing we don't use it for. But before you know it, they will transform it within a twinkle of an eye. Just depends on what you want to use it for. So to the team, I want to say thank you too. Like you are coming, they've made 2 venues for you. So you see, whichever that will take us, that is where we go. And they decided that this is where we should come. Another place is also waiting, that if you don't want to use this place. I want to say once again, thank you for the work which you do. In Al-HABIBIYYAH, there are so many things which we do. It has started with one, we call it Alhabibiyyah Food Bank. It started in 2004. The US government has specially created an award for us in 2012. And you can Google it online. We were given American Ambassador on Humanitarian Services. So, since 2004, like you rightly mentioned, there is no single US ambassador in this country that don't come to this place. Up to the last one that was transferred. We didn't know what they saw, but anything they want to do, they believe that they have to partner with us. At times, some people are calling me CIA. So most of the time, I run away from them. But the issue is, many people I know are not blind. If you are deceiving, one person that you can't deceive is God. You can even deceive yourself some of the time, but you can't deceive God. And to us in Islam, God says, وَكُلْ إِمَالُوا فَسَجَرَ اللَّهُ عَمَلَكُمْ وَالرَّسُولُ. Allah said, do whatever you like, that Allah is watching, the Prophet, and those who believe in God are also watching. Allah said, very soon, فَسَتُرَدُّونَ إِلَىٰ عَالِمِ الْغَيْبِ فَيُنَبِّئُكُم بِمَا كُنتُمْ. So very soon, we'll take you to the land of the truth, that you will also know what you have done, and people will also know what you have done. So with that, in this our food bank, something happened last Ramadan, about 2-3 months ago. That's what he wanted me to say. Cardinal John Onayekan came here. He brought some food items, and he came to serve about 2 months ago. As he finished serving inside the mosque, he came out, and one young boy, about 14 or 15 years, held his hand. He said, Cardinal, why is it that it is the mosque I'm meeting you? You are no more coming to our church. The meaning is, everybody is free in the mosque. Nobody even know that whether you are a Muslim or not. Nobody, in fact, there is no any reason for anybody to think like that. So he was shocked that this small boy. Then Cardinal expressed his appreciation that day, that truly, so this is true love and true one family under God. Let me use the Global Peace Foundation terminology, which is actually our own. Then beside the food bank, which we do, like I rightly mentioned, we feed about 2,500 to 3,000 people every day. But we cook about 50 kg of rice, 50 kg, about 8 to 10 bags every day. And with that, no matter whom you are, the only thing you need to get it is to be a human being. And when you are a human being, you are qualified. So that is that. We also, like he mentioned, Abrahamic mission. You see, what you do will reflect what is in your heart. All of us here, we believe first and foremost in humanity. When we are human, then we can remember our God together. We are serving the same God. It's just the way we are serving it that is different. You couldn't say that the food they eat in the US is the food that we'll be eating here. But the target is that all of us, we want to have something in our stomach. So you can't force what they eat there on me, because if I give them the type of our food, they will not sleep until daybreak because of the pepper that is in our own food. And if I eat their own too much, I may not be comfortable. That is the way about getting to God. You take it the way you want it, and God himself take it. He understands your heart, and from there, nobody is there to judge. It's just God by himself. And also, one of our greatest programs, which we also do, I mentioned that yesterday, today is a week, we were in Ibadan. There's a training we are doing with MacArthur Foundation. We call it Faith and Philanthropy. I think I'm trying to see whether I will see the manner. Faith and Philanthropy bring all the Christian and Muslim leaders together, that we can work together. Let's see how we should remove poverty among ourselves. Whether you are a Muslim, I said, let me tell you, where there is poverty, there will be enmity. But if we are not poor, what will be used to play is what the poor people will be used to quarrel. Because we see ourselves as one, and that is why we say that program belongs to all of us. And that's why I invited one professor, the younger brother of Akitayo. This one is Professor Dayo Akitayo. He was also a Baptist. And Reverend Babarinde also, Dr. Reverend Babarinde was also part of us in Ibadan. So it was also part of us in Ibadan. So to let you know that this is not just a one-off program, it is a lifetime program for all of us. And that is our belief, and that is our thinking. With this, I'm happy and we are grateful that we are hosting the World Baptist General Secretary of Baptist World Alliance. Thank you so much. Like you have rightly said, we'll be happy to partner with you globally. Where we also, when I'm going for Basti, I will tell Reverend Akanji that you don't do anything. Me, I'm there. When he comes, I will host him. By the time he comes during other Baptist program, by God's grace, I was expecting him to actually tell me when to come on Wednesday. Since you refused to call, I was not in town. I actually came because of the appointment that I have with you. That was the reason why I came. But since you didn't call me, but God has done it in another way. So you have not done anything wrong. So it's still the same thing. So I want to thank you and I want to appreciate you that you are highly welcome anytime with us here. You are at home. Like you rightly mentioned, you are at home. And it has also given us an experience of when the Prophet Muhammad Sallallahu was in a Juma prayer like this. There is a city in Medina, they call it Najran. Now, it's like, oh, okay. They call it Najran. Najran, some Christians came, and around 12, I think they said they want to do a prayer. Then, like you rightly mentioned, they were going out. So, why are you people going out? Say, we want to do a prayer. They now ask them, is this place conducive for you? He said, yes. Is it convenient for you? He said, yes. What do you need? So they don't need anything. He now commanded other Muslims in the mosque that they should go out, that allowed them to do their prayer. So when you finish, come and call us. And that's what the prophet did. If my prophet that I'm following can do that, if I do anything less, then I'm a bastard. So one of the things that we used to demonstrate that, we used to have our zakat disbursement. Let me tell you one story and I end it up. There was a day, many of them will bear me witness. A Christian met his friend that he wanted zakat. Because our zakat goes to whether you are a Muslim or a Christian. The way you feel and you qualify, you will get. A Christian met his friend that he learned that in Alhabibiyyah they are giving zakat, that he's afraid. How can he get there? Then his friend, the friend now Muslim, brought his friend who is a Christian and they collected zakat form. When they always write what they need. When we saw what the Christian wrote, there's a committee in charge. They discovered that the Christian needed more money than what he wrote. And they gave him money the day they were disbursing. They gave Muslims too. The Christian went to his brother and said, how much were you giving? He told him. He discovered that the money the Muslim got was smaller to the one he got. He quickly ran away. That is afraid whether they will collect it back from me. That is to tell you, to us, when what we see in you, that you are a creature of God. And if you truly love God, you will love what He creates. Thank you so much.
That was excellent. Can I just share one story and one invitation? Just want to echo what Pastor Hayab has said earlier. We have one church in the country of Georgia, near Russia, the country of Georgia. We have one Baptist church there, beautiful Baptist church. It looks like a cathedral, but it's a beautiful Baptist church. And as part of the premises of that Baptist church, they constructed, so you go through the church, and then on one side is a mosque, and on one side is a synagogue. And he refused to allow any Muslim to contribute to the mosque. He said, if you want to contribute, you contribute to the synagogue. And he refused the Jews to contribute to the synagogue. If you want to contribute, you contribute to the mosque. And in fact, the ambassador from Israel contributed to that mosque, the construction there. And so we have a Baptist church which has connected to it a mosque and a synagogue. We need a second one. Maybe here in Nigeria. Now, my friend, our offices for the World Alliance are just next to Washington, D.C. Maybe 20 minutes by car, 30 minutes by car from Washington, D.C. Next week is soon, but next time you come to Washington, D.C., We want to make sure we have your contact details. If you can make sure my colleague Oral has your contact details, because we want to invite you to come to our office that we may host you there and continue the conversation. Yeah.
Thank you. Okay. That's great.
We have a presentation to give to Fuad Adeyemi, having just finished our 113th annual session of the Nigerian Baptist Convention. Nigerian Baptist Convention began in 1850. So this year we are 176 years in Nigeria. But then we started bearing the name convention in 1914. Yes, the year of Nigeria's amalgamation. So this year marks 113th times that we have been meeting. So I will give the General Secretary of the Baptist World Alliance to make a presentation of one of our token gifts to you for the celebration of our 113th anniversary.
And we will add to it just a small, yes, from the Baptist World Alliance itself. Yeah.
Good. So we brought two.
Good.
So I want to give you the second one to give to him, to give to anybody he feels should receive this second one.
Yes, that's right.
I think I'm going to give to the person who led in organizing this.
Yes.
I want you to add it over to me.
Yes. Yeah, thank you so much.
Thank you so much. Thank you.